I swear to God, there was at least a dozen people out there watching me feed cats at 4 a.m. on a Tuesday morning. It was one of the most disturbing things I've ever seen. I've never seen that happen in the United States. It's a Tuesday morning, but you can tell they've been up all night. I can only assume that they were on drugs. How could they not be? I mean, there are some parties, but parties that last till 4 or 5 a.m. on a Tuesday? It would be a little more normal if it was the weekend or if it was the holiday season. I have my apartment to myself, and I'm at the back corner at the top floor. I feel sorry for the people who live right next to them. They made such a big deal about me. The only thing missing was the flashing cameras and the red carpet. Did I become a celebrity overnight? Because last I checked, I was struggling to pay for cat food, let alone my electric bill. I've been through this kind of thing before. It's like I'm famous, but without the perks of actually being famous. When I was a student at UT for 4 years, I entered at age 26. That means I was older than 95% of all the other students. But you could also just suggest that I was taller than 95% of the other students and smarter than 95% of the other students, but more importantly, poorer than 95% of the other students. To say I stood out would be an understatement. I knew somewhat what it felt like to be a celebrity because people paid so much attention to me at UT, at jobs, everywhere. Sometimes people couldn't take their eyes off me. Fast forward 10 years after UT and I become a regular at a downtown Honolulu free meal where the residents and staff call me quote-unquote Hollywood. I hardly spoke in any of these situations, so the impact I made on these people's senses must have been from my physical presence, objectively speaking. One time an old man told me that I should be grateful that people stare at me because one day they wouldn't. This is true. I've noticed that times recently around groups of young women where in my 20s and 30s just my presence would elicit a reaction. However, in recent years that's not always the case. I'm 6 years and 11 months away from being 50, and I suppose that would be ancient for some people, but